All right, folks, if you're working on a project and you're not yet finished and you've got loads of levels and you're starting to lose things in the mix because you can't hear it anymore. Like for over here, I've got all my guitars and the bass over here, and then this side here I've got all the MIDI. And I was kind of in the purple one there, that's the groove agent. And I was kind of losing the drums. I was kind of getting lost in the mix. And I hadn't even finished recording yet, let alone started mixing. And if you're like me, you like to kind of mix on the fly whilst you're doing it. And well, anyway, I wanted to bring all the levels down at the same time. And what it is you have to create, you create a VCA fader. And there's one there. I've got two in here. That one there, you notice them, I've got a wee green fader button, and I've got one over here. This one here controls the MIDI except the drums, because I kept that separate, and this one here does that. And when you're in the mixer, you might notice up here it's got a wee link button, and it's like, what the hell is that and all that. So like I says, I've got two of these. So if I click on the second one, now that's went to the very first MIDI track, and for there right along to the kind of brownie colour ones, that's all the MIDI tracks has been highlighted. They ones are all controlled by this fader. And if we go into here and go back to number one, for the audio track there, all the way up to this green one are controlled by that fader. So these are the faders. So all you want to do, let's say I had loads of other ones, or let's say I was just creating one. You just go down to the button here, down to them, click into there, use the shift key, and let's say I wanted to group these ones here. So I'm now going to create, but I've already created a fader, so I don't need to do this, but I'll show you what to do. Just pick all the ones you want, right? Shift, capture all the ones you want, and then just right click on it, and this pops up. And where are we? Where is it? It's down here by near the bottom. It's add VCA fader to selected channels. And as soon as you do that, boom, you'll end up with a wee green fader channel. And see now that I've done this, man, all I've done, when I pull this down, I'm not going to do it because I quite like this where it's sitting at. Let me just get off that now. So all the channels there, for the blue one up there, they're on my audio ones, right? So I pulled this down maybe about 4 decibels or something like that, and it brought them down, and you could just hear the drums coming back into it. And I never even bothered messing about with that one because I quite liked them where they were sitting. But you could hear the drums, but all the audio was still kicking and punching through the song the way I want it to be. So if, like me, you want to be able to hear all the channels and bring them all down at the same time, instead of having to bust things left and right and bust all the channels to a bus track and pull them up and down, this wee AVG fader, this VCA fader, is quite handy. So I've got one there, and you can add multiple ones, and like I says, you'll end up with one of these in there. So there's a wee tip for the day.